All right, Floor. So, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm really well, thank you. Obviously, we've come to a bit of an end now with working together, which is brilliant. That's the goal. So, I just got a few questions, and the first one being, what was your day-to-day life like before meeting me?
So I suffered a concussion. I think it's almost over a year ago. So yeah, I was in constant pain. I had horrible headaches. I had a lot of dissociation. I felt like I wasn't really in my own head, and there was a zombie taking over. Um, and yeah, I had memory issues, brain fog. I couldn't properly pronounce words or make sentences. The light was making me dizzy. And yeah, at work, I couldn't process all of the information people were speaking and talking to me, but I couldn't, um, that information, it just went lost. So I was blaming myself for a bit because I didn't know I had a post concussion syndrome. I thought it was something wrong with me, but I also, on the other hand, felt like this isn't my usual self. It couldn't be. It couldn't be me. There must be something else going on. And so I had came across post concussion syndrome, and I looked it up, and I checked off all the boxes. So I knew that in my heart, this was what was wrong with me. And I tried to manage my symptoms because I thought it would just take time to get over it. Um, but it was almost a year that I had suffered it, and I felt like I still wasn't getting better or a bit better. Um, I felt like, you know what, no, I need to do something different. Um, and I need to find my own ways to manage. I was taking Nurofen every day, but that is also not a life. I mean, you can take medication, but to be just 50% of what you usually be or who you actually are, your best self, it's just not, for me, it just wasn't enough.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, I mean, and I remember when we first spoke, you were really not in a good place, and you weren't very happy, not very smiley, not like you are now, which is really great that you've got your smile back. But yeah, I know that totally resonated with me when we first started speaking because I went through a very similar experience, and it's unfortunately a very common experience with post concussion syndrome. So yeah, and I'm really glad that you found me on. Did you find me on Instagram?
yeah, I was looking up the word post concussion syndrome, and then I started relating to every video, so I kept liking. But I came across your page, and I liked so many videos. I could just relate so much, and then I think you reached out to me, and I was like, you know what? I've never met someone who actually went through the same thing. I thought I was alone in it, so I'm very glad that you reached out to me.
Good. I'm glad to. Um, so what was the deciding factor of you working with me then?
Um, well, I was looking for answers, so I just had so many questions, and we had a first one-on-one call, and you already in that moment gave me many answers to the questions I had. And I was motivated to get better, and I didn't see any ways I could get worse than I already was. So I think that was the deciding moment for me, the first call we had. So
Brilliant. And yeah, I'm really glad that you saw my experience through that call. Because that was what I was trying to do. I try and give away as much information as I can. So then you feel confident in what I can do. Um, so how would you then describe your experience working with me then?
well, it was actually very pleasant. You obviously have deepened yourself into the topic so much that at one point I genuinely thought you were a scientist or you had a background in it. You know so much about the body, you know so much about post concussion syndrome. you're very knowledgeable, and you want people to get better. I think the cause is very, very beautiful. Also, the follow-ups, every week we had a call where we saw the progress, but we also went into the mental of it all. And for me, that was I put very much value into that. I was looking forward to talking to you and tell you, look, I did this week, and I was doing good at this, and yeah, I think the follow-ups and the program itself, it works. I also did not know that in order to recover from a post-concussion syndrome, that there is different ways you can try. For example, your eyes, ocular exercises. I had no idea that could actually help. And also taking down your stress. So we looked into that, and yeah, it was. I'm very happy that I did it with you. So
Brilliant. Oh, you got me a little bit emotional there. Yeah, no, it's awesome. It's so nice to hear that everything I'm trying to give across has come across. Because yeah, I do just want to help, and I'm so glad we've been able to get you from where you were to where you are now.
yeah, and also even with a bit of a language barrier, you also try to be very understanding. And if you noticed I didn't understand it, you would go the extra mile to really make me understand. So that was very appreciated. So
Well, I'm glad. But honestly, I don't feel like there's much of a barrier at all. Your English is incredible. So it's been a pleasure. So through working with me, I mean, you've touched on it a bit, but what have you physically noticed that's changed? Like from where you were before to where you are now, what have you noticed that's changed?
yeah, I have gotten a bit stronger, I feel like. I've been doing a lot of biking, and I can tell I have been doing biking. I'm stronger, I'm a bit more fit. I'm able to handle um, longer activities much more without getting very tired. Also, I woke up a bit more straight. My posture is a bit better, and I think that also has to do with confidence. So, yeah, I noticed that I was getting better, and it was rewarding. So I got a bit of confidence back. I also smile a bit more, as you said. I think people have noticed that. So
Yeah, I'm glad. I mean, I've definitely noticed it, and I think we said on the call a couple of weeks ago that you said I've got my smile back, and yeah, it's really it's amazing to see. I'm so glad that that's the case. So what have you noticed in terms of your symptoms then? Like, do you have any symptoms anymore? Like, is there anything lingering, or how are you feeling with symptoms?
So I've noticed I didn't really I was getting a lot better during the program. So I noticed I had less and less symptoms throughout. And then at one day I woke up and it just somehow clicked. And I feel like at this point I'm symptomless. I don't really get any symptoms anymore. And I feel confident to say that I have recovered from post-concussion syndrome. So yeah.
Brilliant. Awesome. So you touched on it a little bit on the mental side, but through working with me, what have you noticed in terms of your overall mental approach and your overall mental health too, in terms of concussion stuff, but also potentially outside of that?
I think I was in a negative space. I was always thinking this is gonna go wrong, or I was working myself up. I was fearing my symptoms. When I had to do something at work, I was fearing, oh no, not gonna be in a good space. My head's gonna not cooperate with me. And so that really made me snowball into negativity. Yeah, always thinking the worst. But then I think the more we talked, the more I was able to process the experience I had with this, because it's also a very a very traumatic experience, I would say. I had also been going through it for over a year, so yeah, it was difficult to get out of the negativity. But by challenging myself, I would be thinking more positively. You also told me to tell myself believe in it, and tell yourself to tell yourself, you know, you can get better. And then I would tell myself, and I would actually believe in it. And I noticed that positivity. Yeah, it does so much to you. So
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, and that's you're so right, and that was something I've noticed in my life outside of concussion as well, that the manifestation and how powerful that is. So I'm glad that helped you a lot as well. So finally, who would you recommend work with me then, or would you recommend anyone at all? I hope so, but yeah.
totally. No, definitely. I would recommend anyone who recently had a concussion, even if it's after years or months that they still notice symptoms, just please reach out to Barney. You know, he knows what he's doing, and there is actually a way to get better. Even though you might not believe it, the program, it works. I think you are living proof of it. I'm living proof of it. So yeah, definitely, if you have symptoms, please just reach out. Just have a first one-on-one call, and just take the journey, and hopefully you'll get better, just like me.
Yeah, awesome. Flora, thank you so much, and I'm so glad that you've gotten to where you are now. Congratulations.
Thanks.